Hello and welcome to my American Idol review and recap of tonight's episode, the Top 2 Finale Performance Show, May 22nd, 2012. So this finale wasn't the worst ever, but it definitely wasn't the best. Alright, so first we had Jessica Sanchez singing I Have Nothing. This was a song picked by Simon Fuller, who does he own the show, or is he like a producer? I'm not really sure. But she sang it great, but it was just not a good song choice. Like, it's been way too overdone on Idol. Like, seriously, producers, judges, whoever should never ever be allowed to choose songs for these kids ever again. They don't know what they're doing. Last week we had horrible song choices, and the songs we had that Simon Fuller picked were just horrible too. So I'm just like, oh, they can't pick good songs. And I feel like definitely this season, the songs that the contestants picked themselves have been so much better than songs that people have chose for them. So I think it's kind of a cool idea to have judges and producers to pick a song, and like Jimmy to pick a song. But at the same time, I'm like, just let the kid pick what they want to sing, because don't force them to sing something that they don't want to sing, because it just turns out bad. Not that I'm saying that Jessica didn't want to sing this. I'm just saying, like, if she picked, she maybe could have possibly, if she had a choice, she could have picked something better for herself. So this wasn't my favorite song choice for her. She sang it well, but the song has been done so many times on Idol. I'm just like, why? Shannon McGrain sang it earlier in the season during Whitney Week. Like, why do we have to revisit it? There's so many other songs. Just pick something else. Okay, well, anyways, next Phillip takes the stage singing Stand By Me. Didn't like this at all. Boring, that's all I'm gonna say. And after this, Jason Durelo sang a song. I don't remember the name, and I don't care. Next, Jessica takes the stage again, singing The Prayer. Yes! This was her standout moment tonight. I seriously loved it. Everything about this was perfect. Good job, Jessica. Best performance of the night, by far. Then we had Philip singing Moving Out. Out of all the songs he could have chose, he chose this one. I would have rather have had him do, maybe if he wanted to do a fun song, do like Superstitious. That was a good one. Or even Volcano from a couple of weeks ago. But, he sang Moving Out. Not my favorite choice. But, hey, Philip fans loved it, so there you go. I wasn't a fan. I was not a fan. Okay, and then on to the singles. The contestant singles, which were okay. They could have been better, but, whatever. Okay, so Jessica's song was called Change Nothing. I actually really like this. I was listening to it, and I was really listening to the melody, and I really felt like it was something I could hear on the radio. It was very catchy, And for some reason, I don't know why, it doesn't really sound like this, but for some reason, it reminded me of Demi Lovato's song Skyscraper for some reason. Don't know why, I just thought of that song, because you don't really hear ballads a lot on the radio, but I was like, could this be on the radio? And then all of a sudden I thought of Demi Lovato's Skyscraper, and I was like, well, that plays on the radio, and it's kind of similar. So I was like, yeah, sure. But then the judges had nothing but bad things to say about it, and I was kind of taken back. And at first I was like, they're stupid, they don't know what they're talking about. But then I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, I mean, she should have been like, commanding the stage with her swagger and growling all over the place. That's her thing. But I do think that this is a very radio-friendly song, and I'm assuming that's what the producers and Jimmy were going for, but I think it kind of backfired on her. So, what are you gonna do? Then we had Phillips singing Home. This was a very interesting song. I think you either loved it or you hated it, which is kind of how Philip goes. You either love him or hate him. But even if you hated it, you kind of had to agree that this was definitely a better song than Jessica's. But even though the song itself was better, he barely even sang. In the beginning, he was in this really low register, and he was kind of like speaking the words, and it was kind of off pitch. And then there are these really high parts where I couldn't even tell if he was singing. It kind of just looked like he was moving his mouth, because I could only really hear the backup singers behind him. And pretty much what I'm trying to say is, I felt like the song revolved around the instruments more than the actual vocals. And, I feel that's the kind of artist Philip is. So, it worked. But at the same time, I'm like, it's a singing competition, and Jessica's saying circles around him. So, I mean, what are you going to pick? A cool sounding song or people who can actually sing? Not that I'm saying Philip can't sing, because he can, but compared to Jessica, he can't, if you know what I'm saying. So I thought the song worked, but, you know, it's not my kind of taste. You know, it sounded a lot like Coldplay to me. You know that song, Paradise? You know how it goes in that high part? Paradise. The high part of Philip's song, it kind of sounded a little like that. I'm not a fan of Coldplay, so I was like, ugh, no, don't tell me he's going to go in the Coldplay direction, please. So, yeah. You either loved it or hated it. I wouldn't say I hated it, because I do think that it was different and interesting. But would it be something I would listen to all the time? Absolutely not. Okay, so with that being said, I still think Philip will win tomorrow, even though I feel like Jessica would represent the show better. One, because she's a young, pretty girl who could really be a really great role model for so many girls out there. Not that I'm saying Philip's not a role model, but I feel like she could represent the show better, because I don't know, like, I feel like I could see her having international success, basically solely on her race. She's Filipino, and, you know, that really works to her advantage in having international success. I mean, she's obviously right now really big in America, because she's on American Idol, but because she's Filipino, all the people in the Philippines are just going to go crazy over her, because that's just how it is. So I think that her race is definitely an advantage. Honestly, if she was white, I don't think she would be as special. The fact that she is Filipino and she's ethnic, it gives her something different. It gives her an edge. And I think that with that, based on her ethnicity alone, she can have great international success. And then on top of that, her vocals are just beyond anything. Like, so many people would die to sing like that. So on top of her having great vocals, you know, she's just, you know, a great representation of American Idol. But then you have Philip, who is like the all-American guy. So, I mean, it could go either way. But the thing is the past, you know, couple of years, the American guy has won. Last year, SCOTTY McCreery, he was the all-American boy. You know, I mean, how many years in a row is some all-American kind of guy going to win, or white guy with guitar, you want to say? Like, how many years is that going to happen? Is it ever going to stop? Is the curse ever going to be done? So there's a couple things to think about there. I'm really thinking in depth here, and I'm kind of just rambling on. But that's just kind of how I feel, if you get me. Alright, so, anyways, with all of that crazy rambling that I just had, what do you guys all think? So, yeah, the Ustream thing didn't really work out. I don't know how to work it. I couldn't figure it out. Supposedly you guys could hear me, but I couldn't see myself. I couldn't see myself in the screen, so I have no idea if you guys could see me or not. Sorry, I was like, okay, this is stupid, I'm just gonna stop. I wanted to try and make it work, but it didn't, and I don't think I'll be doing it tomorrow, because I really don't feel like it. Alright, so thank you all for watching. See you all tomorrow for the last time of the season. Follow me on Twitter, at ScottyHaleyFan. There will be a link in the description. I live tweet during Idol, where I am a crazy fan. I tweet a lot about American Idol, which you would enjoy, but I tweet a little bit too much. But if you like American Idol, follow me. Obviously you do, because you're watching my review. Follow me on Tumblr. There will be a link in the description. I reblog a bunch of Idol stuff, so if you like Idol, obviously you do, follow me on Tumblr. Comment down there, like I said before. Tell me what you all think right over there, and then sub up there. Thank you all, and thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.